Hi, Jules here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, October 22nd. Well, we are approaching the final week clue of the Project Linus Mystery Quilt. You'll see behind me weeks 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there was a 3B. And 3B, because the bears were so quick and easy, there was some prep work for week 6 included in 3B. They didn't say what week it was for, they just said it was for a later week. So that prep work was a whole bunch of squares, and I'm not using batiks for this because I just didn't have enough of any one batik, and I'd used so much of my lighter batik fabric in the other blocks that I was pretty much out. I mean, I just had a tiny bit left. So I decided to go with this yellow to be my background fabric because there really wasn't much yellow in any of the previous blocks that I'd made, so I felt like that would be good. And then, so it was pre-cutting 36 of these 3.5-inch squares and strip piecing these strip sets, none of which is batik. Week 5 was strip piecing 4 patches. I used the same yellow, and I used this red multicolor, but it reads kind of as red, batik, as my medium for the 4 patches. The whole deal with this is, as you know, my birthday was last week. I got a gift card from Jennifer for AccuQuilt.com. and I used it to buy a new die, and I needed 2-inch strips for week 5. So I just waited until it came, and it came yesterday. So I just finished cutting all those strips. I bought a die that had a 2-inch, 1.5-inch, and 1-inch strip on it, just one of each. And I think it was originally designed for the smaller AccuQuilt Go, the Go Baby, because it's just a 6x24. But that's cool because I use those sizes less frequently than I do the 2.5-inch. The 2.5-inch, obviously, you're going to use for sashing, border, binding. So I like having one that does has 3 or 4 of those across, doing all one size. But I didn't feel like I needed that for the 2-inch or the 1.5-inch. And I do use 1.5-inch frequently, but I don't usually need a ton of it. So I felt like this would be a good alternative for that. So I just finished cutting all those strips up, and I will be getting those 4 patches done, and then I will be putting them with these to make the final 9 patches that get put throughout these other blocks. So we get the layout this weekend, we'll know what it looks like, and then we'll get that done. Other than that, I have started a new crochet blanket. I'm doing a granny ripple, which I got a tutorial off YouTube. I think Bella Coco was the name of it. And I think I'm doing it right. I guess we'll find out when we get further down. So I have it started, and I did finish I finished the million grannies, the 42 granny squares. That blanket is done. I did turn it in this past weekend at our Project Linus meeting. That was donation number 9 for me, so I'm still 1 blanket behind on my goal for the year. I need to get 3 blankets turned in by the end of the year. I will not be at the November meeting, so that basically gives me between now and whenever the meeting is in December. I'll have to look. But I think it's fairly early in December. So I basically have 5 weeks-ish to get 3 blankets done. I have lots of tops done. I just haven't been able to quilt them. So fingers crossed that I'll be able to do that soon. Yeah, let me insert a picture of that finished granny square blanket here. And that is donation number 9 for the year, and the granny squares are over. I do have 1 beginning of a granny square left over in my bag of yarn, and I might use that as the beginning of a single, granny square GAN, where you just keep going around and around and around instead of joining a bunch of squares. I might do that. I think I just have the one left. And that's it for me. I hope you guys have a good week, decent week. Hope you get a chance to get some craftiness in this week. And I look forward to watching your videos. I'll see you next week. Bye!